right, went down to Lowe's. The fog burn off to a beautiful day here. And got a few supplies for a project we need to do with the table saw. Oh. And it looks like the deer are still hanging out here too. Hey guys. Just chilling. All right, I'm over here at the edge of the shop and I have a wire in my hand. We had a single wide trailer when we first moved onto this property that we crushed and ripped out. And there was supposed to be nothing like to it, but apparently there was a live line to it. So they ripped it all out, didn't think much of it, and Dee Dee and I are moving some stuff around here next to the shop, and all of a sudden I'm getting like zapped by something, right? So I drop whatever heavy end of something I'm carrying, and I'm like, thought I was getting stung by a bee, but it was the live end of this wire, right? So anyhow, I just went ahead and I wire tied the end and taped it because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this at this moment. But the time has come, and we have a nice 20 amp circuit here, and there's not really enough power in the shop to run like heaters and equipment and stuff at the same time, right? There's already only one 20 amp circuit power in this whole shop. So in the ground, not even 3 foot from the edge of the shop, I now have this underground bury line that we can put over to the shop. So I'm gonna just dig a little trench over. We'll put an outside, we'll do an outside receptacle, because if we want to plug in our RV or something like that, we'll have power right here. And then I'll run in and do a circuit inside. Now the table saw that I got is the heavy duty 20 amp circuit, like a T-blade style plug on it. So this thing was wired in the 90s, I think before that was really a thing. So I can either rewire the plug on my saw, or I can just go ahead and add the extra power that's super convenient here anyways. And I need to figure out something to do with this line anyways. So for once, things just kind of worked out perfectly. We'll get some power over here. We'll get it run over and a plug in there for our shop. We'll do it. The outside one is a GFCI wet location with a cover on it. I may even go overhead and come down into some of the locations where we have equipment and stuff. That way I don't have extension cords run like to the middle of the shop where my chop saw is. I can just come straight down from the ceiling. Kicking around a few ideas, but first things first, we'll get this trenched, because I can't plug in my new table saw and test it out until I actually run some wiring over for it. All right, one less random live wire floating around out in the open. All right, we're making headway and progress on multiple fronts today. This little guy's wired up and ready to go. Let's go flip a breaker and see if we got some power here. All right, moment of truth. We got a skill saw. Let's see if this thing works. All right, we got power inside the shop from there. So it's been a few days, ran into a little bit of a snag with the finishing of this wiring for the table saw. So I didn't think much about it when I bought this. You know, I saw this plug, it looks like a 110 plug, and I just figured it was the heavy duty style plug for like a 20 amp circuit. No big deal. Well, when you go to plug it in, it's the T, you know, the cross port's on the wrong side. So did a little bit of research. Come to find out it is a 240 amp circuit with a T going the other way. So I don't have 240 volts out here in the shop. I only have, this whole shop is just run off of one 20 amp circuit. There's not enough power out here. And now I have another 20 amp circuit that we just rolled over that went to the old manufacturer's home. So my brain next went to the thought, well, could I just combine two 110 circuits and wire in a 240 volt outlet over here? So I was stewing on that. I checked with my voltmeter, and between these two circuits, there is 240 volts. I went ahead and checked with my brother-in-law though, because he does a lot of wiring. So he said, technically, yes, the saw will run on the 240 volts. He said, however, everything else that is in the shop here will then have a dead short when the motor's turned off. So don't want to do that. He said, make sure nothing else important is plugged in. So anyhow, so that's a no-go at this point. Anyhow, so long story long, I had a conversation with my brother-in-law, and he said that he could come down and help me run some wiring for it. So we're probably gonna do a little trenching, put some underground bury line into the shop here, and we'll just run it like it should be run off of a standalone 240 amp circuit. So anyhow, depending on his schedule and my schedule, we'll try to get together at some point in the next little bit and get that wired in. That way we can actually use this nice fancy table saw that we bought that apparently I can't plug into the shop. Oh well. There's plenty of extra power up at the house. It's a short run from the trailer down here, so we'll just probably come in, pop up and in pretty simply. Anyhow, I thought I would have this saw up and running, but as sometimes happens, yeah, what do you do? So, all right, well, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for joining us. I wish we had a conclusion on this video, but it's to be continued. And we'll catch you guys on the next video. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.
An ocean, a cave, a dream that no one could save, a shelter, a whole act, a light that died with the night. You and I, we got our differences, yet I thought we were more alike than unlike. Months of rain and chest pain, what's the plan? Heavy breathing, stay insane. Grab my hand. Everything is great inside this narrow